Hey, what's going on? I know this is a little bit unusual because normally I'm just doing the daily Devos each day, and we're in our Thanksgiving journal here in the month of November. But I was in Mark chapter 5 today, just in my Bible reading, and I'm going to go ahead and just turn there real quick. And we'll kind of make this a quick one, just kind of a bonus Devo for today, just for you to think about and contemplate and consider. And I think you'll like it. I think you'll be encouraged today. So here we go. Mark chapter 5. It says, "So they arrived on the other side of the lake in the region of the Gerasenes. When Jesus climbed out of the boat, a man possessed by an evil spirit came out from a cemetery to meet him. This man lived among the burial caves and could no longer be restrained even with a chain. Whenever he was put into chains and shackles, as he often was, he snapped the chains from his wrists and smashed the shackles. No one was strong enough to subdue him. Day and night he wandered among the burial caves and in the hills, howling and cutting himself with sharp stones. When Jesus was still some distance away, the man saw him and ran to meet him and bowed low before him. With a shriek he screamed, 'Why are you interfering with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? In the name of God, I beg you, don't torture me.' For Jesus had already said to the spirit, 'Come out of the man, you evil spirit.' Then Jesus demanded, 'What is your name?' And he replied, 'My name is Legion, because there are many of us inside this man.' Then the evil spirits begged him again and again not to send them to some distant place. Then there happened to be a herd of pigs feeding on the hillside nearby. 'Send us into the pigs,' the spirits begged. 'Let us enter them.' So Jesus gave them permission." That's basically kind of all we need to read right there, just to get the vibe, the feeling of the story right there. And so could you imagine, put yourself in the place of the people around this area of the Gerasenes, the legend of the man that walks among the burial places. Shrieking and cutting himself. And the reputation of this man must have been something fierce, and to just hear the description of his physical strength and how nobody could restrain him, nobody could control him, nobody could do anything to change anything about him. And yet Jesus walks on the scene and just says a few words, and immediately the evil spirits are at his command. Whatever he says, that's what they're doing, to the point where they are begging him that he'll give them directions that they can handle, that they are not going to be sent somewhere they don't want to go. And so the encouragement that I have for you today is that this was like one versus 1,000. If you want to, Legion, the name Legion tends to indicate about 1,000, a bunch, right? So don't get hung up on the exact number, but just for round numbers, let's say it's 1,000. One versus 1,000, and it wasn't even a contest. One versus 1,000, and it wasn't even a contest. There was no nail biting. There was no counting down the last few seconds on the clock. This game was over before it started, because that is the God that we serve. That is the God that we serve. That is our Savior, Jesus Christ, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, maker of heaven and earth. And we get to be on his side. I think it's almost too presumptuous to say that he's on our side, but he's invited us to be on his side. So when you feel challenged, when you feel things stacked up against you, remember, one versus 1,000, and it wasn't even a contest. That's the kind of God you serve. So let's go out today. Let's be encouraged. Let's be bold. Let's be courageous in everything that we face, to know that we get to be on his side. We get to be about his business. So I hope you have a great day today. I hope that encourages you. Give God a little bit of extra praise today for what an awesome God he is. So I hope you have a good one, and we'll see you tomorrow.